G'day there guys, it's your main man Markee, back at it again with another episode of r/Am I the A-hole. Now if you love this content like I love you, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie, and get ready for some bloody good content. Posted by user Throwaway Prom Shed, titled, Am I the A-hole for shredding my fiance's prom picture? So, my fiance's kept a box over the years of memories and stuff she has. She's been collecting memories in it since she was like 10. Cute, I guess. Seems more like hoarding to me. But if she likes it, I like it. She told me it's very private and I'm not allowed to go through it unless she wants me to. I've probably only seen things in it like 3 times ever. However, I came upstairs a couple days ago and she was on the floor looking through it. She hears me come in and she turns around all excited and tells me to look, showing me a picture she'd forgotten existed. It's her at the prom when she was 15. She's in this pale yellow dress and she's cuddled up against some guy in a blue suit with his tie matching her dress. They're both beaming in the picture and it's got a banner over the top saying Prom 2007. She rubs the picture fondly like it's some dead relative and says something about how much she loves it. I thought it was pretty rude because I'm standing there and she's telling me about how much she loved going on a date with another guy. I told her that kinda hurts my feelings, and she laughed and says, I love the picture, not the guy in it. I said I don't like hearing her talk about her ex, and she goes, I was 15. The relationship barely counted. He was a nice guy, and it was a nice event. That's all it is. I got tired of hearing her talk about happy times with someone else, so I left the room. She didn't really get why I was upset, but she dropped it, and I guess it was over. She went out the other day, not breaching lockdown, and I came across the box again in our cupboard. I figured she didn't really need the old memories anymore, so I took out the prom picture and I ran it through our shredder. No big deal. She comes back home, comes into the room, and immediately asks me why the shredder is plugged in, seeing as we barely use it. I told her I was just tossing away old junk that we don't need. And she asks me what exactly I tossed away, and I told her, old pictures and stuff. So she opens the shredder and starts taking out strands of the picture, and she turns to me and starts yelling, Did you shred my prom picture? And so she runs over to the cupboard and starts digging through the box and throws the whole thing on the floor when she finds it's gone. And she's all teary now, and she's yelling at me, asking me why I did it, and saying that the guy didn't really mean anything to her anymore. If he didn't mean anything to her, she doesn't need reminders of him. She tidied up the mess that she's made and she's now gone and put a lock on the box and called me impossibly selfish. She's been refusing to cook for me and do stuff now, telling me that she'll take me seriously when I apologize for what I've done. Okay, sure, I shouldn't have gone through her box, but I didn't do anything. She's basically just keeping junk around for nothing. I did her a favor. So, seeing as it's such a big deal now, am I the a-hole? That's a very good question, OP. She is your fiancée and everything, and it's really nice that you did that, isn't it? I'm sure you feel really great doing that. That's not an impossibly selfish thing to do. You just lifted the burden right off her shoulders, didn't you? Dear Lord, I think you deserve the karma that's coming your way, OP. You're the a-hole. Update. So we're not getting married. Hope y'all are happy. I'm not, and never was abusive. Screw off, stop DMing me. You're the a-hole. Holy crap, so much. It's been 13 years. She doesn't care about him. She's marrying you. It was a fond memory from when she was a kid, and you shredded it. You took something you knew she liked and destroyed it. What's wrong with you? I don't think she will still marry him. Good for her. I know I wouldn't. I'd be freaking ticked, and I say this as someone who never even went to prom. Don't shred people's cherished memories? I know, right? What the hell? It was her frickin' prom. How could you be so heartless saying it wasn't a big deal and you were doing her a favor? You have some major self-esteem issues if you think her high school date, she probably doesn't even talk to anymore, is a threat to your relationship. I'm surprised she didn't dump you on the spot. My prom was cancelled because of the pandemic, but if I had a picture of my prom, I would want to keep it. She likes the picture because it was a time in high school where she was able to dress up and be with her friends. But you went ballistic because of the guy in the photo. It was a long time ago. Get over it. You also went through her belongings that she told you not to go through. You don't respect what she thinks, as you call it junk. If what I wrote above wasn't clear about what I thought, you're the a-hole, and a major one. The International Space Station can see how big of an a-hole you are. Hope she sees and heeds the red flags. Posted by user SureDistribution330. Titled, Am I the a-hole for burning my mum's diaries, letters, and writings because I don't want anything to do with her, instead of giving them to my siblings? You can probably guess that I had a strange relationship with my mother. She had an affair while married to my dad, and she ended up leaving my dad for her affair partner. My dad was a good man before the affair, but he took it hard and allowed it to destroy him. I was left to play son and parent to him while my mother started a new family. It was hard to watch her play mum to her new children and pretend like I didn't exist. I might occasionally get a call from her, but she was so busy raising her new kids that she didn't have time for me. It was also hard to understand why those kids had so much more than me, we were poor, and why she was okay with that. As I got older, teens, she did try to re-establish a relationship with me, but I wasn't interested. She was still trying to mend fences when she died last year, but I will at least give her credit for trying. She tried very hard to have a relationship with me, but my heart was too hardened for that to be possible. One of the things she left for me was her diaries from the time that she was a teenager. She also left me some letters she had kept over the years and some writings. Her hope was that I would read them and get to know her better. She wasn't expecting me to forgive her, but it was her way of trying to make up for the years when we had little contact. My siblings knew about this and asked if they could make copies once I was done with them. I didn't promise them anything. Those diaries sat in my study/home office for many months. I didn't want to read them, but I felt like I needed to do something. It was a friend of mine that suggested I burn them as a catharsis, which is what I decided to do. I went over to his place one weekend and we burned all of it. He was right. It did make me feel better. I feel like I can now be done with her forever. When my siblings found out about it, they were upset. They told me that I had no right to do it, and if I didn't want the diaries, I should have given them away. But I told them that they were mine to do with as I pleased, and I had every right to burn them if I wanted. My wife said that she agreed with them and thought my decision was spiteful. She said she felt like I might have even wanted to do it, so my siblings could not have the diaries as a way of punishing them. She also feels like it could have been an opportunity for healing as a family that is now lost. My wife bases her opinions on the fact that I didn't discuss my plan, with which she thinks is because I knew she'd urge me not to do it. I don't agree with her take. I did this because I felt like this is what I needed to do to move on from this situation, but am I the a-hole? Yes, you are. Wow. My heart sank reading that. What's wrong with you? Yeah, sure, you feel like you need to move on, but your siblings still wanted a relationship with your mother, and she's dead now. And you know, even if she was a bad person, your siblings obviously didn't view her that way. Just because you legally were allowed to do that doesn't mean that you're not a monster in a whole bunch of people's eyes now for taking those actions. That's so incredibly selfish. Dear Lord, I don't know how you even continue from there. You're the a-hole, OP. You're the a-hole. If you didn't want them, her other children, who they would have held sentimental value for, should have had them. This was a really selfish thing to do, which hurt your siblings and nobody else. There is no reason, OP, you couldn't have let your siblings make copies before you burned them. This was spiteful and hateful. Like your dad, you let this destroy you as well. You and those around you would benefit from you getting professional help. You're the a-hole. Edits. I'm reading your responses, and honestly, I'm feeling really sad for you. You've lost all opportunity now to visit what she wrote in her diaries. I think you're really going to regret this choice. That has to be a heavy feeling to have right now. I agree, OP, you need urgent therapy. Your father is an adult and made his own decisions, as did your mother. Your father is just as much at fault for you growing up poor as your mother is. My family has a similar structure, but all three parents ensured that the children stay out of adult problems. I would never do that to my step-siblings, and they wouldn't to me. Your mother made constant attempts to have a relationship with you, and you made a decision to push against them. She loved you enough to respect that. You did this out of spite and pure jealousy. You need to seek help before you allow your past to affect your future. Posted by user AmiTheA 822728. Titled, Am I the a-hole for not wanting my boyfriend's brother in my birthday pictures because he has a very distracting facial scar? I've, 22 female, been with my boyfriend for 3 years now, and things are going great. I have a really good relationship with his family, and his parents adore me. They're well off, and always give me lots of support. I'm not exactly rich, which I really appreciate. For some context, his brother got into a car accident last year, and it was pretty rough. He was mostly fine, but ended up with a permanent facial scar. Nothing wrong with that. He still looks great, but the scar is huge and very noticeable. It's a very sensitive topic, but I think he'll get better soon. Anyway, it was my birthday recently, and we all had a nice dinner. Afterwards, I needed some pics for my social media, so I handed my boyfriend's brother my phone and told him to start snapping. Then, my boyfriend asked him to join us too, and I didn't really expect that. His brother wasn't interested in being in the pics with us. Since the accident, he has become very withdrawn and doesn't even like being social. But my boyfriend encouraged him. Eventually, he decided to join us, but I was totally against it. I was kind of upset that I was put on the spot like that, and my boyfriend noticed and asked what's wrong. I said that the scar is just too noticeable and would get more attention, which isn't fair, especially when you consider it's my birthday. I'm not an attention seeker, but I think it's unfair to do that to someone. Also, I just didn't think it would look nice. Apparently, that was horrible of me because everybody was acting like I'm the devil. My boyfriend got ticked and refused to take any pictures with me. His parents seemed quite mad too, but they didn't say much. His brother didn't even look very upset. He just gave me a blank stare and left the room. I'm not sure why everybody is acting like I said something so horrible when he didn't even respond. He seemed fine to me, and even if I screwed up, why won't any of them straight up tell me? Yesterday, I spoke with my boyfriend about it, and he demands that I apologize to his brother. Apparently, it was the first time he actually seemed okay with having his pics taken, and I ruined that. I'm sorry about that, but I don't think that's relevant at all. I just feel like I'm being blamed for everything. My boyfriend keeps saying that I hurt his brother's feelings, but I don't see any evidence of that. I personally don't see why an apology is needed. Am I the a-hole? I'm gonna have to go with a big yes on that one. Unfortunately, ruining an entire family dynamic and crushing someone's soul, it's a little bit of a heartless thing to do, and you not being able to read the room is extremely telling. So unfortunately, OP, you're the a-hole. I'm so flabbergasted that you could possibly even think you're not the a-hole. He can't control what his scar looks like, and you're clearly more concerned with your social media appearances than an actual living, breathing person. Gross. OP is a future Bridezilla Am I the a-hole post, I just know it. Look, am I the a-hole for making my wheelchair-using bridesmaid not use her ugly attention-grabbing chair at my wedding? Am I the a-hole for asking my fiance's mum to get a nose job? Also, who posts every picture they take to social media? Why could OP not have taken the photo and then just not posted it? Was it so difficult to be near someone with a scar? Good lord. How is it not your fault you made him feel uncomfortable after you literally told him his face was too ugly to be in a picture? Oh my god. They didn't want to tell you how rude it was because A, it's pretty obvious to 99.9% of society that that's a horrible thing to say, and B, they didn't want to keep talking about it to make the poor guy feel worse. I hope you learn from this and grow as a person and apologize to your boyfriend's brother and whole family. You're the a-hole by 10 million. Also, I guarantee nobody gives a frick about her social media posts that much. They probably scroll, like, and keep scrolling. How fudging narcissistic. Posted by user NC3. Titled, Am I the a-hole for proposing at my sister's baby shower? My sister and I are twins and 25 years old. She has a husband and now is having a child. I'm in a lesbian relationship and have been with my partner for nearly a year. My sister is borderline homophobic and has never made the effort with my partner. She always refers to her as my friend and that it's not possible to love somebody of the same sex. Anyway, she had her baby shower last week and there was most of our family there. After she got most of her gifts, I proposed to my girlfriend. I've been planning this for around 2 months and decided I wanted to do it at my sister's baby shower as a way to show off my partner and how much I love her. It was an awkward disaster. She said yes, by the way. Anyway, my sister was really rude to me and my parents weren't happy, but supported my decision. My sister then texted me and said how disrespectful and screwed I am to marry my dyke friend at her baby shower. She still is furious at me, but I don't see anything wrong with it. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, unfortunately you are. It doesn't matter if they're like disgusting people. It pushes it into like everyone sucks here for the way that the sister handled the situation. But at the same time, I kind of don't blame her. It's not your place at the baby shower to be doing a proposal. It's kind of an inappropriate time to be doing it and stealing the spotlight away from the sister and their child. I don't support that, unfortunately. But I don't support the sister's attitude. It's everyone sucks here, leaning on you're the a-hole, but much more leaning that way. Seriously? You proposed at an event held for someone else? How could you not see what a huge a-hole you are? You're the a-hole, your sister absolutely sucks for being a homophobe, but for this situation, it's about you choosing to propose at her event to spite her. Colossal a-hole. AITA, what a nice way for your fiancé to remember her proposal. Instead of making it about your relationship, you used her as a prop to spite your sister. I feel so sad for her partner. Imagine being used that way. Nothing special or intimate to them as a couple, just used a major milestone as a way to stick it to a relative. Gross, selfish, rude. Right? Like I wouldn't want someone who didn't respect me around for my proposal. If someone proposed to me at someone else's event, I would die of embarrassment. I wouldn't be surprised if OP's fiancé felt the need to apologize on behalf of OP after the party. I wouldn't say yes. The lack of respect for what's supposed to be a cherished moment would kill me. Honestly, I would likely need a break from that person. You're the a-hole. It seems like you're just doing it to rub it in her face. Of course it was going to cause tension. This isn't to say I agree with your sister's views at all, but stealing the limelight at someone else's celebration literally never goes well. Not just that, she used her fiancé as a prop instead of doing something special with the engagement. I feel so bad for her fiancé. How screwed up do you have to be to use someone like that so your proposal serves as a big screw you to your sibling? Posted by user alternative account 1_, titled, Am I the a-hole for refusing to give my friend the money I made selling her artwork? My friend is a new artist that has been getting a lot of attention lately. She recently started selling prints. When she listed them, she criminally underpriced them. I told her this. I said she could easily charge double for these prints. There is a high demand and she didn't believe me. So I bought 2 of her prints. I work in a coffee shop that doubles as a gallery. So I asked my boss if I could hang the 2 pieces, and I listed them for sale, and they both sold for triple what I paid for them, like I thought. I ended up making around $300. I told a couple of people, and word got around to my friend. She started demanding the money from me for the sales. I told her absolutely not. I told her from the jump that she was undercharging. I think that this $300 is payment to me for showing her that. She's mad and has went to others for solace. Our friend group is really heated about it. They want me to give her the money. They think she's a hungry artist and I'm robbing her. Now I feel bad she missed out on the money, but does that make me an a-hole? Am I the a-hole? Yeah, it's not your intellectual property that you have the rights to be distributing and reselling. Unfortunately, that's how this works, OP. And you should have just given her the money to begin with if you were going to do that, as a like, here, see, this is what your time is worth. Here's your $200 and I'll have my $100 back, or just the $300 if you're feeling like a normal, genuine person. And then you offer her to have her prints up in your shop, so therefore you're completely benefiting the friend. That's how you make this right. You being so resolute and unwilling to change your worldview on this is disgusting, and I think you're the a-hole for doing it. You're the a-hole. At least give her some of it. Isn't she your friend? You're not treating her like one. Also, you have access to an art gallery and she doesn't. Why not at least split it with her? If I were in her position, I honestly wouldn't really want to be friends with you anymore. Actually, OP did. OP works in an art gallery and told the artist she had criminally underpriced them. The artist insisted that her selling price was fair. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make her drink it. Absolutely not the a-hole. You're undercharging for your art. No, I'm not. Sells it underpriced. Resells it higher priced, which is now OP's property. This isn't communist China, folks. Where this legally went wrong, though, is she put it in a gallery without her permission, representing it as hers. Therefore, the patrons thought they were supporting the artist. They would probably not have been willing to pay that much had they known the funds were not going to the artist. They are legally allowed to resell it, yes, but not to falsely represent it or the artist. There is actually a legal issue here. They did not buy the commercial rights to it. You can't just buy a bunch of prints of a living artist, throw a fake show for said artist, and keep the money. There's a lot of legal issues in that. An artist has the right to how their work is being represented and how they as an artist is being represented. Tricking patrons into thinking they are supporting an artist is extremely legally questionable. Galleries don't exist for the benefit of the artist. Some are more supportive than others, but no one should expect the money they pay for artwork to be going to the artist, unless you buy directly from said artist. Incorrect. Galleries representing living artists are for the benefit of the artist. That's why artists enter contracts and make arrangements with the gallery, usually with a percent of 30 to 50% split. That's the whole point in showing in a gallery. Doing solo shows, doing event joint shows, it's to profit for the artist and the gallery owner, and to get your name out there. The absolute norm for a living artist is that a percentage of the sale is going to the artist. Regular gallery visitors know this and expect this. It is up to the artist to choose whether or not the percentage is worth their time, or if they will choose a gallery with a better percent. This artist did not get that choice. The OP did misrepresent the show. It was not approved by the artist, it was misrepresented to the patron. By saying no one expects that, shows you have never shown in a gallery or often go to galleries, because that is in fact exactly what it is for and to be expected for living artists. An individual piece of art is property. The artist has no right to it once they sell it and transfer ownership. They can display it or resell it as they want to. Nothing in the OP suggested they represented themselves as the artist. I know this is an Am I the A-hole subreddit, but I really liked that rabbit hole of art law. I know it's more r/legal advice thing, but I never really thought of it like that, so I guess it's a very nuanced question, and it would probably matter country to country, state to state, so I'm not completely sure what the answer to this one is. Posted by user RedditThrow5662, titled, Am I the a-hole for buying my wife a weight loss kit for her birthday? Oh my god. I'm a 25-year-old guy, and I'm married to my wife who is 24. Okay, so recently I've noticed that she's gained a bit of weight. Not crazy or anything ridiculous, but a bit. I'm into fitness myself, so I like to stay active and healthy in general. Well, her birthday was a couple of days ago, and along with some other gifts, I got her a weight loss/workout bundle kit. Immediately, she became upset with me about it and was thinking I was mad at her or saying she's fat, which I wasn't. I tried explaining to her why I did it, but she didn't want to hear me. It's been a couple days now and she's still ticked about it. Am I the a-hole? OP, you're married to this woman. How can you ever think this is a good one? This is just stupid lapse in judgment. Feel like it's a troll post, but if it's real, damn, you really gotta work to apologize for that. How can you be a health and fitness guru, man? You're really into it, and then you pull this stunt. That's no healthy way to manage a relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if this takes an even bigger toll on her self-esteem and body issues. Have a good, long, hard look at yourself for doing this and question, what was the deep down motivation of this? Because it kind of feels more of like an attack than an outreach for help. You're the a-hole. That's not a gift. That's an accusation that she's not good enough in your eyes. It was bad already, but as a birthday gift, it's even worse than a vacuum, which is the standard terrible gift in this sub. That one always trips me up a bit. I get that it's largely because of the implications, it's your job to clean, and because it's more of a family gift than a personal gift. But man, I would love to receive a top-of-the-line vacuum and or RoboVac as a gift. I think the difference is in what you ask for versus what they pick for you. I like cooking and gardening, so I often ask for tools and appliances to further those interests. However, I understand why someone who isn't into that sort of thing might be offended at getting a bread machine or an elevated garden might be annoyed. You're the a-hole, replying to this comment because this is my reasoning. If I specifically ask for a weight loss kit, which I have in the past when family asked me what I wanted for a gift, it's okay. Even welcomed. If someone gifts one to me wholly unsolicited, what the actual hell? Yeah, you're the a-hole. Putting the woman and her weight thing aside, that what you basically did here is get her a birthday gift that was something either you wanted or you decided she should want. It wasn't at all related to her interests or values. That's not a gift. It's an expectation or a request. To be honest, any self-improvement type of thing that your partner hasn't explicitly expressed interest in is a bit of a no-go. It feels like a passive-aggressive way to start a conversation about you and your partner's diverging values. If you want her to care about fitness with you, then talking to her about it and making it an invitation to share something would have been a better start. Yeah, OP, if she's a clever girl, don't be surprised if your next gifts are books on how to be a better lover, on working on emotional intelligence, on how to be more generous, or on getting over selfishness. Or if you're really unlucky, on how to get through a divorce. Oof, that hurts. But I think that's a good place to end today's episode, guys. I hope that you've had a good day so far today. Hope it's been a nice one. It's not too sunny outside today, but I'm happy. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good night, day, sleep, whatever you're going to be doing from this point onwards. I hope Outro Markee's having a good day today too. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Tell me what you thought of it down in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I would love you to subscribe because I love your face and I love seeing you here every single day that you are here in this video. I don't know what else to say today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. I do have a second channel that's called Markee 2. Link should be up on the screen somewhere here if you don't have adblock installed. If you don't know where to find the channel, you can go to my main page. Just click on the Markee face and it should be on the right, somewhere there, or on channels if you're on phone. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.